the town of Dhermi just right here beneath me. I mean, this is incredible. It's one of the most incredible views I think you can see in all of Albania. Good morning, guys. It's a pretty late morning, but welcome back to the beautiful city of Sarande right behind me. We're just on our rooftop terrace here. We've just had some burek, which has been absolutely delicious, while overlooking the entire harbor of Sarande, which is beautiful as always. You've got that clear blue water, a bunch of ships coming in, coming out. You can see across the mountains all the different apartments. It's beautiful. Last night, actually, Sarande ran out of electricity. The whole promenade was just black, pitch black. So that was quite an interesting experience. But this morning, everything's back up and running, and the city of Sarande is back alive. Today, we're actually leaving Sarande. We are going to take a bus to the north. So what we're gonna do is actually we're gonna start packing up, and then we've got to start heading down to see where we can get a bus to our next stop. I'm not exactly sure how the logistics are going to work out today, but it's going to be another adventure. It's going to be another day here in Albania, and I am very excited to go ahead and share it with you guys. So let's go ahead, get started, and make our way to what's here in Sarande, like the bus station. Alright, well, we have found the bus that's heading to our next stop here in Albania. We've got the tickets. We're just putting our luggage back in the back of the bus. Somebody here wants to take a bike, which is actually pretty funny. The way they're trying to put the bike on the bus is very, very interesting. But we're just waiting for our bags to go on, then we'll get on the bus and we will be on our way to our next place here in Albania, and I'll see you guys then. And finally, after hiking down just a little bit, we finally made it to our Airbnb here in Dhermi. And I have to say, this is an amazing Airbnb. I mean, you can just look out there. You can see the town of Dhermi. You can see the beach. This beautiful beach, crystal clear blue water. We're gonna be going down there in just a bit, so I'm really excited to show you guys that beach. But this Airbnb here, it's really nice. It's just a bunch of little villas, and apparently the guy who owns this place actually built it all by himself. It looks really sort of built by, you know, him. It's not like a commercialized big hotel or anything like that. And I much prefer sort of staying in these places where you're really helping the local people, the local economy, and really getting to know real people here. But I have to say, the ride from Sarande over to Dhermi is one of the most beautiful scenic rides ever, but also one of the more difficult ones because it is very curvy through the mountains, but the view of the water and the ocean there is just absolutely incredible. Now, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go first head down to the beach, and then afterwards I'm gonna show you guys the town of Dhermi, because this is a beautiful town. Some people even call it, you know, the little Greece of Albania. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna show you guys that town later, and I'm super excited to show you guys that town. So let's go ahead. We're gonna leave our Airbnb and we're gonna head right down to the beach. I will see you guys there. Alright, well, we've come down to the beach here. This is Dormi Beach right in front of me right here, but we don't want to go right onto the beach yet. We just have to stop here. This is just a little store. It's called the Summer Grill, and we just had to go for a crepe, which looks absolutely delicious. I've tried it. It tastes amazing. They do great crepes here. But we're just gonna chill out. we've got some time today. It's a chill day here in Dhermi, so we're just going to relax. But what I can really see already from this beach is that it is crowded. Like, there are a lot of people, a lot of these umbrella shades things. It's not like Monastery Beach or, you know, the beaches that we saw yesterday where there was nobody there. This is a well-populated place. Also, keep in mind that Dhermi is just so spread out. Like, this is the beach. That's right, this is Dormi Beach. But this is not Dhermi town. Dhermi town is actually all the way up there on top of a mountain somewhere. So just keep in mind that when you're thinking about coming to Dhermi, it might be better to actually stay along the beach side here, because that's where the restaurants are, that's where the clubs are, that's where the beach is, that's where a lot of the people are. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about coming to Dhermi. But we're just gonna chill here. The crepe is nice, a nice warm crepe. And this weather with this beach in front of us is absolutely perfect. And I think we might go in for a swim later. Well, we did finish that crepe and now we are actually on Dormi Beach itself. And as I mentioned earlier, it is quite packed, it's quite touristy with a lot of the umbrellas. And you can see behind me all the different umbrellas that there are. And there's a line of restaurants up there as well. So is it the abandoned beaches that we saw yesterday? Absolutely not. But you can see even the ground, it's quite pebbly. It's not really white, fine, powdery sand like what we had in Kasamil. So that's also a little bit disappointing, but still really, really beautiful. The watercolor looks refreshing. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the GoPro, and then I'm gonna go ahead and jump in because I would love to swim in that water. It's just way too hot right now. I'm sticky, I'm hot. I just need to jump into the water. So I think that's exactly what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna go ahead and change right to the GoPro. Well, I think, as you guys can see, Dormi Beach is actually quite interesting. They have a lot of fish. I'm quite shocked actually by the amount of fish there are just about 10 meters into the ocean. And there's these like beautiful sort of like purple colored plants that you can go and swim in. The waves are a bit big, but I would say that they're tamer than the ones that we saw yesterday at Shpela and Palumbabe. That's where the waves were really, really big. Here the waves aren't that big, but they can still roll you away. For me, it's the color of the water that's amazing. I think the GoPro managed to pick up that color is just incredible. And of course, the setting is even better. Look behind me, look at those mountains right behind me. That is the beauty of Dhermi. That's why Dhermi is one of the most beautiful places that Albania has to offer. Now, right now, there's a music festival going on in Dhermi, which is why a lot of people have showed up here. A lot of them Brits, Americans, Spaniards even. So a lot of foreigners are currently in Albania. They're currently at this beach, specifically Dhermi, because that's where the music festival is. In fact, when we arrived, our Airbnb host asked if we came here for the music festival. But even then, Dhermi is well known by a lot of foreigners for the nightclubs that they have here, and the food and the restaurants, and of course the beach of Dhermi, which is one of the most beautiful beaches you'll find here in Albania. So it's a famous beach. It's a very famous beach here in Albania. And you know, going into the water, I would say there's good reason. You know, it's quite clean, it's quite clear, it's quite pristine. Yes, there's a little bit of seaweed, but the water in general is really, really clear and really, really salty. So as with most ocean water, don't drink it. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna leave this entire beach area and I'm gonna show you guys the actual town, not the beach, but the town of Dhermi. Well, after a pretty hard, almost 40-minute hike up to the top of Dhermi, we finally made it. This right here is the St. Marys Monastery, which is right up behind me. I'm pretty tired, I'm not going up there, but my girlfriend is actually gonna hike all the way up there, so she is a champion. I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna fly the drone, and it's going to be an amazing sunset. You can see literally the town of Dhermi just right here beneath me. I mean, this is incredible. It's one of the most incredible views I think you can see in all of Albania. It looks just like Greece, really. So really, really incredible. Let's get this drone in the air. Well, the sun has officially set, and I think if you look right behind me, this is the reason that you need to come to Dhermi. I've made it up to the monastery. As you can see, the monastery is right below, like right above me right there. And I went inside, but my girlfriend luckily managed to film all the beautiful artwork inside, and it is actually really stunning. That old sort of Byzantine Orthodox style paintings. But I hope from the drone shots and the cinematics and everything you've seen, Dhermi is a bucket list destination. I don't care what anybody says, this is the Santorini of Albania. I mean, look at the church, look at the architecture, look at this view, and right there you have the ocean, the beach. Dormi Beach is right there. You can hear the clubbing music, the parties, it's all right there. And yes, the hike may be a little bit difficult. I mean, I was completely out of breath by the time I got up to the top here, but it is stunning. It is so worth it. If you've ever had any doubts about whether to come to Dhermi, I hope this video has shown you that Dhermi is worth it. The town itself doesn't really have anything. A lot of them are sort of old abandoned buildings. There's not a lot of restaurants. I don't think there even are any restaurants. It's a bunch of just old boxed up buildings. I think they're trying to renovate a lot of it, but it hasn't really worked out well. The renovations haven't really been done. You've still got old sort of wooden or stone paths that, I don't know, have been there for maybe decades or even centuries that they really haven't renovated. So the town's not really the good thing, but you come up here, you have the view of the entire town, the church and the water and the beach and the mountains just right here in the back. That is what makes Albania one of the most beautiful countries that I've ever been to. And this view, I mean, I've seen a lot of places in the world, but this view right here might really be in the top 5 destinations I've ever been to in terms of viewpoints. That's just exceptional. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I know it's been a pretty chill vlog. We just left Sarande and came over to Dhermi, but I have to say, Dhermi has blown away my expectations on every single count. From the amazing beaches to the beautiful town, the churches, the hikes. There's just so much to do in Dhermi, and I love this place so far. Tomorrow we're going to be staying another day here, so make sure to check out the next vlog here from Dhermi. But man, I mean, this view right here, this should tell you everything. And there were even fireworks that broke out earlier here. So it's just amazing. It's just a beautiful place, and there's no place like it in the world. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more food and travel videos, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.
Everybody dance, don't stop. I just need a minute to find out what I'm feeling, cause I'm about to go nuts, and my team is trying to say what's up. I've been waiting for this moment.